Good morning, brothers and sisters, scholars and students, English scholars, especially those who are preparing IELTS classes and grammatical classes for improving their knowledge in words of English. Today it is very nice time, nice place, nice section. You are listening the importance of word. Generally, our scholars and students know this thing and they have learnt in their school, college and universities. Word is a common concept of the language. For learning foundation course of English grammar classes, every student must clear about the speciality of the word. Every word of English grammar that we have crammed in schools become and work like a tool. It works like a useful instrument in the hands of the writer, reader, speaker and listener. While listening, the accent and stress of the words, whenever we listen the words, how much concentration we have, it depends and it shows the perfect meaning of the word. And as per my research and personal experiences, I express this thing that every word is unique, perfect and complete in itself. When a good listener listen carefully, then every word conveys its own meaning. Simply listening means we are the passive listener, but careful listening means we are listening with 100% present sense of mind. At that time we react, and as per the understanding of the words, as per the energy of the words, we try to retaliate and recollect in the form of speaking. It is said that the word which we have in our mind in the form of energy, that comes in the form of speaking, and the spoken words that are used time and again by our tongue, that becomes the repetition of the words, and according to the speaking we start writing the words. But reading module, which is the most toughest but very common in all the modules, a reader who starts reading, it is very common for him to be concentrate and have 100% present sense of mind for knowing the skimming and scanning techniques of learning the passage. Reading passage is very common. Whenever we start reading, we are to go through the different passages in the form of research, in the form of different type of inventions and innovations, technologies and electrologies, even digitologies. But after understanding the words, it becomes very easy, but easier for the learner to know the newnesses about the language. Every word that student learn before writing any report, whenever he goes through the reading of the newspaper, this reading of the newspaper makes us able to know the different type of words from the field of sports, national news, state news, news from the economy, news from our society, news from the politics, means all kind of words and vocabulary learned in the newspaper. Reading newspaper helps us in understanding the different type of words. And the most important thing that a student learn from the newspaper, that is the picturization. That is how to define, describe, explain any portrait or any picture of the newspaper. There are different type of words, but it should be in the mind of the reader that what is the word, when the word is being used, where is the word is being used, how is the word is working, and why we have used this word. These are the inventive words that let us our mind to understand different type of concepts of the English words. Generally, there are two types of grammar we study. First, that is the fundamentals in the form of parts of speech. Our university scholars and learners learn it. Later on, they are to learn professional grammar. This is the professional grammar that helps them to write accurately and correctly. Sometimes a reader, writer, listener and speaker of the language commit many mistakes. Why? What happens with them? Because they feel that it is not in their exercise, it is not in their practice. So it needs regular practice. If we do regular practice in our routine, then these are the common and simple words that provides the ideas and thoughts to our mind. Time and again, we try to learn new words by the new techniques and inventions. We learn a lot. So this is the magic of the words that is learned by the professionals, teachers and trainers, especially those who are the doctors of the language, those who are the doctor of the words. They know this thing that how to use the word, where to use the word, when to use the word, why to use the word. These are the inventive things that helps our Indian scholars to learn the different type of accent of the words. Understanding the accent of the word and to speak with correct pronunciation helps them to understand the information. Any kind of information that is provided through the newspaper and other type of literature, that is possible if we have the correct and complete understanding of the grammar. This is the complete understanding of the grammar that helps us in understanding, in watching, in observing, examining different type of films, different type of action movies that we watch, that we observe for the entertainment and for any type of knowledge, information, instructions. Different words provide different type of knowledge, and a scholar can create, generate and operate different type of new words. It is in the minds of the scholar, our Indian scholars, those who are studying in the Indian universities. It is the use of the bilingual words that they use, but some specific words every university scholars know. When we talk about the University of California, Cambridge, Oxford, these are the universities of languages. Particularly and especially, accent of the word is stressed upon, and their linguistic style is totally different. When an American use that word, that has the different accent, different stress of the word. At the same time, when the same word is used by the different person of the different university, then he understands the different principle and doctrine of the language. There are so many varieties, diversities on the basis of language. But English is commonly used all over the world. In every nation, all over the world, English is used differently. As for the classifications of the language is divided according to the culture and climate of that particular nation. American has its representation of the language and used to speak the American, likely that the Spanish, the Canadian, the Australian, German, French, numberless dialects are there of the language, and these are changed according to the culture and climate of that country. Especially in India, when we talk about the varieties, there are different dialects and languages. In north to south and east to west, there are so many changes in the pronunciation and accent of the words as per the climate. It is due to the culture. It is due to the air, fire, soil, sky and water. So this is the great history and invention or innovative technologies behind the linguistics. Our ELT and linguistics innovators of the language know this thing, that language is the expression of our thoughts. Language not only expresses our thoughts, but it maintains the standard of our spiritual values. Our nation, especially known by spiritual, social, economical and political values, and we are not lagging behind in any field, in the field of agriculture, industry, service sector.